Hello, darlings. You are welcome to Z-Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the betrayals, secrets, heartbreaks, and shocking revelations in Soulmate's upcoming episodes. Explosive confrontations that are about to shake the Deshmukh family to its very core. From Sachin's heartfelt gift to Siyali and a sweet, intimate moment, to Sachin setting Roshni and Tejas up to an intense courtroom-style questioning showdown, to Renuka delivering fiery slaps to Roshni and Tejas, and finally, the revelation of a secret that has held the Deshmukh family down for years. Every twist will leave you on the edge of your seat. Like and turn on your notifications for more of your favorites. Let's dive in. It all begins with Renuka insisting that all her 3 daughters-in-law observe the Karva Chauth rituals with complete devotion. According to tradition, they must fast for their husbands' long lives until the moon appears in the night sky. However, Riya openly expresses her reluctance, admitting that she does not wish to keep the fast for Akash. Despite Renuka's insistence, Riya's disinterest becomes evident to everyone. In a touching moment, Paresh decides to fast for his wife Renuka, praying for her good health and long life. His act of love inspires Akash and Sachin, who also decide to take part in the ritual, fasting alongside their wives. But Tejas, as usual, remains self-centered and impatient, refusing to participate. He bluntly declares that he cannot stay hungry for so long and has no interest in following such customs. Once the rituals are completed, Renuka lovingly serves food to her daughters-in-law, Riya and Roshni. However, she pointedly ignores Siyali, showing her usual bias and favoritism. This partial treatment deeply hurts Siyali, though she hides her emotions behind a forced smile. Despite being upset, she quietly takes some food for herself so that no one can notice her pain. Later, Tejas informs Renuka and Roshni that his loan request has been rejected. He desperately needs 70 lakh rupees to purchase the luxurious sea-facing bungalow he has been dreaming of. Renuka urges him to arrange the money somehow, warning that this golden opportunity will slip away if he delays any longer. Feeling pressured, Tejas calls for a family meeting to discuss the matter. He asks his father, Paresh, for financial help, but Paresh clearly states that arranging such a huge amount is impossible for him. Tejas then suggests selling their ancestral Deshmukh house, claiming that everyone would receive their share of the money, and he could use his portion to buy the bungalow. The suggestion shocks the entire family. Paresh immediately rejects the idea, reminding Tejas that the house legally belongs to Renuka and that her late father had strictly instructed never to sell it. Tejas turns to Renuka, pleading with her to consider the sale, but before she can respond, Akash and Sachin strongly oppose their brother's selfish demand. They accuse him of thinking only about his own ambitions, while disregarding the family's emotional attachment to the house. Renuka firmly ends the discussion, saying that the Deshmukh house is the last memory of her deceased father, and she will never sell it under any circumstances. With his plan collapsing, Tejas grows anxious. Renuka and Tejas then pressurize Roshni to contact her wealthy father in Dubai for financial support. Pretending to call him, Roshni lies that her father is unable to provide the money. Feeling cornered, Tejas finally decides to approach Mr. Santoshi, hoping that if he includes the bungalow in his business project, he might agree to invest. As night falls, the Deshmukh family gathers on the terrace to perform the Karva Chauth rituals under the moonlight. Each wife completes the ceremony with her husband, and the men present gifts to their partners. Sachin gives Siyali a beautiful pair of anklets and lovingly adorns her feet himself. Siyali feels cherished and emotional, basking in the affection of her husband. Later, as they sit together under the stars, the two share a heartfelt conversation about Tejas's self-centered attitude. Amid their romantic moment, Sachin suddenly receives a call from Isha, Tejas's ex-girlfriend, who asks him to meet her at the airport the next morning. Out of concern and curiosity, Sachin promises that he will be there. The next day, Isha arrives in India after a long time from Canada. Getting into Sachin's car, they start chatting casually. Isha describes the weather and lifestyle in Canada, while Sachin shows interest in learning more about her financial growth. Isha seems very comfortable with Sachin's amicable nature, as he always proves himself to be a simple and honest person. During their conversation, Sachin learns that Isha faced a great financial loss last year, which forced her to return to India. According to Isha, a fraudulent man took all her investment money, causing her severe financial trouble. The visible anger on her face pricks Sachin's curiosity. He doesn't know that Isha is referring to his own brother, Tejas. However, Isha avoids dwelling on that painful memory, as it makes her uncomfortable and angry. Meanwhile, Renuka enjoys the surrounding environment of the beach house. Paresh and Renuka go for a morning walk. As always, Renuka feels happy and proud of her eldest son, Tejas, who has recently bought this beach house. However, Paresh is upset with Tejas's self-centered nature, noting that he has been working tirelessly to arrange the money. Renuka encourages him to focus on Tejas's success and honest intentions. Later, Paresh visits a nearby coconut shop to buy coconuts, but the shop owner seems to know something mysterious about the beach house when he learns that these people are its new owners. Isha also visits the same settlement office where Tejas and Renuka arrive to complete the registration of their beach house. Outside the office, Tejas meets Sachin. Soon, Isha notices Tejas and his wife arriving at the office. As soon as she recognizes them, she immediately drives away. While sitting in the car, Isha resumes the conversation with Sachin on the same topic, but he remains unaware of Tejas's involvement. Later, Sachin is gifted 2 beautiful sunglasses that Isha brought from Canada. Tejas and Roshni are both excited, thinking about their dream beach house. Suddenly, they notice a luxurious car arriving in front of the house. They initially think it is the delivery for their nameplate, but a well-dressed man steps out and introduces himself as the actual owner of the beach house. From him, Tejas learns that he has been betrayed by the fraudster Ajay. Ajay had rented out the house and tried to sell the property to Tejas, taking money from him in the process. Roshni becomes unconscious upon realizing the situation. Mistakenly, Tejas also confesses that he has already paid 30 lakh rupees. The Deshmukhs are instructed to vacate the beach house immediately, as the owner has already lodged a police complaint. Within minutes, the police arrive and force them to leave the house. The Deshmukhs cannot digest this shocking truth and are compelled to return to their own home. Once back, they sit together to discuss their loss. Everyone expresses anger toward Tejas, and Paresh lashes out at him for his foolishness. Siali and Sachin criticize the decisions of Roshni and Tejas. Roshni gets offended and lashes out at Sachin, but Akash intervenes to explain the reason behind Sachin's words. Riya also criticizes Tejas for trusting an outsider. Roshni becomes upset, but assures the family that she will return the money. Sachin demands that Roshni return the entire amount in a single settlement, seeking help from her father. Roshni excuses herself, saying her father is in prison. Sachin mocks her and asks for her lawyer's number, saying he will talk about her father's bail. Roshni becomes tense. Paresh intervenes and asks Sachin to stop bringing Roshni's father into the discussion, reminding him that the police will help them recover the money. Sachin insults Tejas, which upsets him. Renuka insists that the family should focus on recovering the money, but Sachin says they should not trust Renuka, Tejas, or Roshni. Renuka feels offended, but Paresh supports Sachin's words. Akash vents his frustration about Tejas's blunder, but stops himself from revealing his own secret. Paresh then instructs everyone to go to their respective rooms and assigns Sachin the responsibility of helping recover the money. Sachin asks Siali for advice on how to recover it and comes up with the idea to meet a man named Karthik. On meeting Karthik, Sachin gets angry at him for trusting Ajay, the man who had sold the house to Tejas, as he admits that he had only known Ajay for a month. Sachin blames him for involving Tejas in the scam. At home, Renuka scolds Tejas for being deceived, while Roshni defends him, asking Renuka not to punish him. However, Renuka blames both and orders Roshni to seek her father's help, comparing her unfavorably to Siali, which deeply hurts Roshni. Meanwhile, Sachin and Karthik investigate Ajay and his wife, while Siali informs her mother about the family's financial loss. Renuka overhears and rebukes Siali, again comparing her with Roshni. Despite feeling it's unfair, Siali quietly continues her work. Later, Roshni worries about Renuka's demand, but Tejas comforts her and asks her not to stress or take any risky steps. At Siali's mother's house, Siali shares her wish to secure a particular order from a client with Juhi and her mother. Both encourage her, assuring her that she will succeed. Sachin arrives and Juhi compliments his looks. Siali and Sachin take photos together, and Siali's mother blesses them. Seeing Isha's photo on Sachin's phone, Juhi informs them that she saw Isha at Siali and Tejas's wedding. Sachin then figures out that Isha was Tejas's ex-girlfriend. Sachin confronts Isha about taking his father's money from Tejas. Isha tells him that she has returned the money to Tejas, which allowed him to open the showroom. Sachin is shocked but asks Isha to share this information with his family. Isha agrees, smirking and revealing that this is the opportunity she wants to take revenge on Tejas and Roshni. Later, Sachin reaches his house and confronts Tejas about the money. Setting the sitting room in a mock courtroom setup, Sachin interrogates Tejas, appointing Paresh as the judge. Sachin recounts all of Tejas's past mistakes, including how his girlfriend Isha left the country, taking 27 lakh rupees from him. Sachin exposes that Isha had returned the money to Tejas with full interest, but Tejas had kept it a secret from his father to avoid having to return it. He also points out that Roshni was involved in the matter. Both Tejas and Roshni turn pale at these accusations, but they have nothing to say against Sachin's words. To prove his point, Sachin calls Isha inside. Roshni is completely freaked out seeing Isha in their house. The entire family is shocked by Isha's presence. Renuka blames Isha for everything, but Isha refuses to listen to any insults, asserting that she returned the money with interest. Renuka turns her anger on Roshni, who had lied to her about the matter. Roshni and Tejas deny the accusations, but to prove herself, Isha shows the bank documents as evidence. Paresh becomes upset with Tejas's fraudulent behavior. Disappointed, Renuka slaps Tejas hard. Tejas tries to blame Roshni, but Renuka refuses to listen to any excuses and interrogates him further. She also confronts Roshni, questioning why she lied to the family. In anger, Renuka slaps Roshni as well, who had claimed that she got the money from her father. Siali intervenes and forbids her mother-in-law from hitting Roshni. Sachin reminds Siali that Renuka has always been biased toward Roshni. To convince Renuka, Roshni tells the full story, but Renuka is not in the mood to listen to anything she considers illogical. Roshni begs for forgiveness and reveals the truth. Tejas was unwilling to work, so she had to take matters into her own hands to engage him in business. Although Tejas was talented, he had never applied his abilities in life. Renuka blames Roshni for teaching Tejas to lie, but Roshni counters, reminding her that Tejas had tried to elope with Isha, taking the money before their marriage. She also points out that Renuka never raised her child with sincerity and maturity. Paresh urges Renuka to focus on Tejas, who made all the mistakes. However, Renuka refuses to listen to any excuses and repeatedly blames Roshni for spoiling Tejas's life. Akash and Riya also become angry with Tejas. In his frustration, Akash reveals that he gave Tejas 9 lakh rupees by taking a personal loan, forced upon him by Tejas and Renuka. This unexpected revelation shocks everyone. Riya becomes furious at Akash and Renuka for hiding the truth from her. Paresh is hurt to realize that Renuka knew about Tejas and Isha's past. He then gives Tejas a stern, lasting warning. That's a wrap for this explosive revelation. See you in the next. Much love.